The new Black Wall Street. Do it right, build wealth, live life, economic empowerment, real tips, insight on the new Black Wall Street. It's on the new Black Wall Street. He's your host.
All right, good morning, my beautiful people. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is ERGJ, Certified Financial Educator, here with the new Black Wall Street Book Club. We're going through the book of 48 Laws of Power, and so we're going to be going into law number 15 today, which says this: crush your enemy totally. Now, today's episode is brought to you by True Detergent. That's right, True Detergent, Black-owned manufacturer right here in the Atlanta area. We're doing free delivery to your doorstep in Atlanta. Give us a call at 678-851-2400. That's 678-851-2400. 101 ounce bottle for $15. I mean, it's 15 cents per wash. 15 cents per wash. Now, here's the deal, guys. You're going to wash your clothes anyway. Why not practice what you preach by making your dollars circulate within our community by switching to True Detergent? Make the switch. Now, True is actually coming to Albany, Georgia. That's right, Albany, Georgia tomorrow. So if you are in the Albany area, go ahead and make your is it tomorrow or Wednesday? One or two. Anyway, go ahead and make your pre-orders today. So you go ahead and get your True Detergent in Albany, Georgia. And then we also are expanding into Augusta, Georgia in about a week or so. So give us a call, 678-851-2400 to schedule your delivery for your True Detergent. True Detergent also has an expansion drive going on right now. We are looking to add products to our line of service. And so we're looking to bring what you guys asked for. You asked for some True Clear, which is fragrance-free detergent. We're looking to bring that to you, bring it into the market, and we're also looking to bring fabric softener. That's what True Detergent is doing, and they need your help. That's right. They have a Kickstarter program going on right now where you can actually donate to make history. That's right. Donate to make history. Help this Black-owned manufacturer become big, become huge, become the company that we always wanted. Well, not only do they expand, but they help us expand. That's right. They bring jobs to our community. Right. They do things for our community. They recirculate their dollar back into our community. But I'm asking you to help us, help them so they can help us. Go and make your donation to True Detergent today. Go ahead and click that link in the description above. I'll also go ahead and put that link in the comments just in case someone says, oh, I couldn't find it. Woo! Oh, we got Club Millie plan presentations going on today. Not today, this week, on Wednesday and Thursday. If you heard about Club Millie, like what is Club Millie? I need more info. Well, you want to go ahead and click that link in the description as well and go get your free seat to learn everything you need to know about Club Millie. That's right, Club Millie plan presentation. The plan that we're going to help 1,000 people save and invest $1,000 this year, and you could be one of them. But you probably want to get as much information as you need. So go ahead and get that ticket so you can find out everything you need to know about what we're doing, what our plan is, and what our bright future is as we work together, practice what everyone else preaches, which is group economics. And then we have the Snapchat IPO investment session coming on Tuesday. That's where we're going to be talking about this big IPO that's supposed this big company, this private company that's supposed to be going public, which is Snapchat. So Snapchat is going to be going public in March, and we're going to have a conversation about our investment opportunities with Snapchat. So if you're considering investing in Snapchat, you want to be there where we actually are talking about it and giving you all the information you need to know about Snapchat and what's to come. And then also on Wednesday, we have our Dow 30 investment session. We are walking through strategically each company in the Dow. The Dow is the index which houses the 30 most significant stocks in America. There's going to be companies like Apple, Nike, McDonald's, Walmart. We're doing a contest to see which one of these 30 is actually the strongest right now. So you don't want to miss that. You want to be there with us on Wednesday as we actually go through the Dow. This is a perfect place for you to be if you are new to investing. If you've never invested before, you're saying, I want to start somewhere, I want to learn this stuff, where you want to be at our Dow 30 investment sessions, that is geared for beginners. And so you want to get your seat at the kitchen table. We actually are changing what we talk about. We're changing the conversation. We're actually talking about money and talking about how we can make our money work for us. Anyway, that's our announcements. Just want to give people time to join. I know it's still early, but I got a big day ahead of me, so I had to get the thing out early, so we got to go ahead and get this thing started. So I know you don't have a lot of time. I definitely don't have a lot of time today. Got a lot of great things going on. I'll be on New Black Wall Street Week this week. I got to go change. I got to put my little bow tie on. I got to get with it. But at any rate, law number 15. Crush your enemy totally. That's right. Crush your enemy totally. Now, again, we're going through the 48 Laws of Power, the book It gives us strategy. So everybody put in the comments below strategy. And we're getting the strategy so that we can either apply it into our life, apply it into the way in which we do business. But we also, more importantly, we need to know when this strategy is being applied upon us. And so last week, I think we talked about a wolf in sheep's clothing. Today, we're talking about crushing your enemy totally. So you either want to learn how to apply this if it's applicable, but then you also need to definitely know when it's being applied upon you, because that is what's going to put you in a position of power. It's going to put you in a position of power. That's right. So crush your enemy totally. All great leaders since Moses have known that a feared enemy must be crushed completely. Sometimes they have learned this the hard way. If one ember is left alight, no matter how dimly it smolders, a fire will eventually break out. More is lost through stopping halfway through than total annihilation. Total annihilation. The enemy will recover and will seek revenge. Crush him, not only in body, but also in spirit. Crush him, not only in body, but in spirit. Total annihilation. Here are your keys to power today, guys. Your keys to power. It is no accident that the two stories illustrating this law come from China. Chinese history abounds with examples of enemies who were left alive and returned to haunt their lineage. Crush the enemy is a key strategic tenet of Sun Tzu, the 4th century BC author of The Art of War. Anybody ever read The Art of War? It's total annihilation. Crush the enemy is a key strategic key strategy. The idea is simple. Your enemies wish you ill. There's nothing they want more than to eliminate you. There's nothing they want more than to eliminate you. If in your struggles with them, you stop halfway or even 3/4 of the way out of mercy or hope of reconciliation, you only make them more determined, more embittered, and they will someday take revenge. Crush your enemy totally. Everybody put that in the comments below. Total annihilation. We don't come to compete. We come to dominate. That's right. We don't come to compete. We come to dominate. They may act friendly for the time being, but this is only because you have defeated them. They have no choice but to bide their time. The solution: have no mercy. Crush your enemies as totally as they would crush you. Ultimately, the only peace and security you can hope for from your enemies is their disappearance. Mao Zedong, a devoted reader of the Sun Tzu and of the Chinese history generally, knew the importance of this law. In 1934, the communist leader and some 75,000 poorly equipped soldiers fled into the desolate mountains of Western China to escape Chiang Kai-shek's much larger army in what has since been called the Long March. Chiang was determined to eliminate every last communist, and by a few years later, Mao had less than 10,000 soldiers left. By 1937, in fact, when China was invaded by Japan, Chiang calculated that the communists were no longer a threat. He chose to give up the chase and concentrate on the Japanese. 10 years later, the communists had recovered enough to rout Chiang's army. Chiang had forgotten the ancient wisdom of crushing the enemy. Mao had not. Chiang was pursued until he and his entire army fled to the island of Taiwan. Nothing remains of his regime in mainland China to this day. The wisdom behind crush the enemy is as ancient as the Bible. And its first practitioner may have been Moses, who learned it from God himself. When he parted the Red Sea for the Jews, they let the water flow back over the pursuing Egyptians so that not so much as one of them remained. So let's talk about this, guys. Because many guys are saying, I don't know if I agree with this. Well, when we get back to the Bible, they used to say, the spoils of war goes to the victor. They would crush their enemy totally and then take all of the riches and all of the jewels and everything that was of that enemy. So if this strategy or this tactic or this idea, it's not really far-fetched, is it? Crush your enemy totally. So let the water flow back over the pursuing engine so that not so much as one of them remained. When Moses returned from Mount Sinai with the 10 Commandments and found his people worshiping the golden calf, he had every last offender slaughtered. And just before he died, he told his followers, finally about to enter the promised land, that when they had defeated the tribes of Canaan, they should utterly destroy them and make no covenant with them and show no mercy to them. Crush your enemies totally. The goal of total victory, everybody put in the comments below, total victory is an axiom of modern warfare and was codified. Vocabulary word of the day. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Glossary. All right. You guys gotta help me out here. Codified. What the heck? Keats. What was I? C-O-D-I-F-I-E-D. Codified. Okay. Codified. Codified. Vocabulary word of the day. Ding, 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 ding. All right. And was codified by by Karl von Clausewitz, the premier philosopher of war. Analyzing the campaigns of Napoleon, von Clausewitz wrote, "We do claim that direct annihilation of the enemy's forces must always be the dominant consideration. Once a major victory is achieved, there must be no talk of rest, of breathing space, but only the pursuit, going for the enemy again, seizing his capital, attacking his reserves, and anything else that might give his country aid and comfort." Now, I want to say this because also in the Bible, there was a certain king named Saul who was pursuing a certain, young harp player named David. And Saul did not totally crush David. And later on, David came to crush Saul. King David came back because he was not totally destroyed by Saul. So it's rampant in the Bible. Yep. This idea is rampant in the Bible. Anyway, of course, you got to read the Bible to know that, but it is in the Bible. But only the pursuit, going for the enemy, seizing his capital, attacking his reserves, and anything else that might give his country aid and comfort. The reason for this is that after war come negotiation and the division of territory. If you have only won a partial victory, you will inevitably lose negotiation of what you have gained by war. The solution is simple. Allow your enemies no options. The solution is simple. Allow your enemies no options. Annihilate them, and their territory is yours to carve. The goal of power is to control your enemies completely, to make them obey your will. You cannot afford to go halfway. You cannot afford to go halfway. If they have no options, they will be forced to do your bidding. This law has applications far beyond the battlefield. Negotiation is the insidious viper that will eat away at your victory. So give your enemies nothing to negotiate. No hope, no room to maneuver. They are crushed, and that is that. Let me repeat this again. This law has applications far beyond the battlefield. Negotiation is the insidious viper that will eat away at your victory. So give your enemies nothing to negotiate, no hope, and no room to maneuver. They are crushed, and that is all. Everybody put in the comments below in capital letters, crushed. They are crushed, and that is that. Realize this. In your struggle for power, you will stir up rivalries and create enemies. You definitely will. On your way to the top, you're going to create some enemies. I know I have. I have created some enemies, but guess what? We are going to crush them. Whatever. And that is that. Okay? There will be people you cannot win over who will remain your enemies no matter what. And these are people who could be your own people. Okay? Let's not get it twisted. There were field Negroes and there were house Negroes. And some of them are with you and some of them are not. There will be people you just cannot win over. Harriet Tubman says this: I would have freed more slaves if only they knew that they were slaves. There are just some people you cannot win over who will remain your enemies no matter what. But whatever wound you inflicted on them, deliberately or not, that means directly or indirectly, that you knew about or you didn't know about, do not take their hatred personally. Don't take it personally. Because we're not in the business of taking things personally, guys. We are not in that business. We're in the business of being strategic. We are in the business of planning. We're in the business of domination. What are we going to do today, Pinky? The same thing we do every day. Try and take over the world. But whatever wound you, just recognize that there's no possibility of peace between you, especially as long as you stay in power. If you let them stick around, they will seek revenge as certainly as night follows day. To wait for them to show their cards is just silly. To wait for them to show their cards is just silly. As Empress Wu understood, by then it will be too late. Be realistic. With an enemy like this around, you will never be secure. Remember the lessons of history and the wisdom of Moses and Mao. Never go halfway. Everybody put down in the comments below. Never go halfway. It is not, of course, a question of murder. It is a question of banishment. Sufficiently weakened and then exiled from your court forever, your enemies are rendered harmless. They have no hope of recovering, insinuating themselves and hurting you. And if they cannot be banished, at least understand that they are plotting against you and pay no heed to whatever friendliness they feign. Your only weapon in such a situation is your own wariness. If you cannot banish them immediately, then plot for the best time to act. Good morning, Mr. Truth. What's going on, brother? Oh, yeah. We do this on a regular basis, 48 laws of power, so that we can not only just employ some of these strategies, but we can understand when these strategies are being used against us. And, of course, today, Mr. Truth, thanks so much for joining. We're on law number 15, which is crush your enemy totally. Now, here's your image, guys. Here's what you want to imagine as relates to this chapter, which is crush your enemies totally. The image is this: a viper crushed beneath your foot but left alive. A viper crushed beneath your feet but left alive. A viper crushed beneath your foot but left alive will rear up and bite you with a double dose of venom. An enemy that is left around is like a half-dead viper that you nurse back to health. Time makes the venom grow stronger. Oh my goodness. Write that in the comments below. Time makes the venom grow stronger. So your enemy at this point, you've defeated them. You've won the battle, but you have not yet won the war. And your enemy is sitting there brewing, with more venom, more disdain for you as time goes by. And if you do not crush your enemy totally, if you do not totally annihilate your enemy totally, if you do not go for domination, your enemy at some point in time will rise up, just like we as black people. At some point in time, we're going to rise up and our venom will be stronger. Oh yes, our venom will be stronger. We will rise up because they can't really crush us totally. And here's your authority, guys. Here is your authority for today's chapter. For it must be noted that men must either be caressed. Oh, listen to this. For it must be noted that men must either be caressed or else annihilated. They will revenge themselves for small injuries, but cannot do so for great ones. The injury, therefore, that we do to a man must be such that we need not fear his vengeance. The injury that we do to a man must be such that we need not fear his vengeance. It says that revenge is a platter best served cold, right? And your enemies that you do not crush totally are stirring up revenge in those cold, dark places. Today's lesson or today's law that you either learn to apply or at the very least understand when it's being applied against you is to crush your enemy totally. Well, guys, it's ERGJ, your certified financial educator on New Black Wall Street Book Club. And we're going through a very controversial book, The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. Now, of course, if you don't have this book and you want to get it, you can actually go to my website, www.ergj.net, and go scroll down to the recommended read section where we actually go through these books that we talk about. And here's the deal: if I've recommended it to you, why not buy it through me? But even if you don't buy it through me, it doesn't really matter. It's like pennies on the dollar. But this is the book we're going through. Got 48 laws. Obviously, we're in law number 15, so we got a long way to go. But we're learning what we call strategy. We're learning the strategies that we can apply to our life, to our negotiation, to the way in which we do business. And we're also learning the strategies that have been applied upon us for century after century after century. And at some point in time, we're going to rise up and our venom is going to be stronger. Our bite is going to be louder than our bark. Well, here's the deal, guys. Today's episode is brought to you by True Detergent. That's right. True Detergent, black owned and manufactured right here in the Atlanta area. We're doing free delivery to your doorstep in Atlanta. You can give us a call at 678-851-2400. That's 678-851-2400. 101 ounce bottle, $15. That's 15 cents per wash. And here's the deal, my black people. You're going to wash your clothes anyway. So why not go ahead and support and do what you say you're going to do, which is help circulate your dollar right back in the community by supporting a brand of your own. True Detergent, make the switch. Now, also, you may be outside the Atlanta area. You say, hey, I'd like to support some way, somehow. Well, they actually have an expansion drive going on right now, and they need our help. This is a company that's looking to expand, that's looking to bring more jobs, that's looking to bring the products that we asked for, which was fragrance-free detergent and also fabric softener. You can make your donation to help kickstart this campaign. And in case you don't understand what Kickstart is, what it means is you set a time frame and you're looking for people to donate a certain amount of money. And if you do not get that money, then your campaign is not funded. So it needs to be 100% funded for them to actually get the money. If it's not 100% funded, then you get your donation back, okay? So we need you to help us. We need you to spread the word. We need you to help our first potential manufacturer that can actually become a Fortune 500 company. If enough of us, enough of our people just get behind a company like this. And I would say this, guys, that you have the opportunity of a lifetime to make history with your very own black-owned detergent. Something as simple as detergent can begin the catalyst of the urban economic revolution. But not only do you have the opportunity, dare I say that we, as black people, as poor people, whatever you want to call it, we have the obligation to finally band together and practice group economics. No longer must we preach, we must practice. No longer must we protest, we must protest with our profit. No longer should we just march, we need to march with our dollars. No longer should we rally, we need to rally with our revenue. It's time for a change. And that change begins now. Go ahead and make your donation to True Expansion Drive and help our brothers get this thing popping. And that way, if we help them, they'll help us. This company is going to make our community rich. But you just got to see it. Club Millie plan presentation is we're going to be dropping our plan to that we're going to be helping 1,000 people save and invest $1,000 this year. Our goal for February is to get to 100 people. We are currently at 90 members. This is no joke. This is your opportunity to walk away from the 90% of people who are broke, busted, and disgusted. The people who are not looking for solutions. They're only talking about the problem. You can get with people who are searching, who are diligently looking, who are using their eyes to find investment opportunities and ways to make their money work for them. You can get with those people, or you can stay where you've been at for the past 5, 10, 15, 20 years. The Club Millie plan presentation is going to give you all the information that you need to know to really, at the end of the day, make a $20 decision. And what I say is this: you can't make a $20 decision, you're not prepared to make a $2 million decision. And also, I say this: I've learned over the years that it's not about the cost. It's about your commitment. Are you committed to getting out of debt? Are you committed to financial freedom? Are you committed to the change that you talk about all the time? It's going to show up not in your talk. It's going to show up in your actions. We need to become a people of action. We need to become a people who are no longer talking about it, but are people that are about it. Everybody put in the comments below, about it. We got a Snapchat session coming up as well, and the Dow 30 session coming up on Tuesday and Wednesday. And here's the deal: if you become a Club Millie member, then those sessions are come with your membership. But you can just choose to join a la carte and spend more money or invest more money the way you see fit. But I'm letting you know, $20 a month gets you access. Again, it gets you access to all the things that we do in Club Millie. At any rate, I'm ERGJ, your certified financial educator, bringing you the New Black Wall Street Book Club. Remember this, guys, law number 15. Crush your enemy totally. You've got the power. It takes a village, and it starts with us. It takes a village, but it starts with us. Let's build as we climb together.
The new Black Wall Street. Thanks you for joining the show. We gave a lot of great tips, but it's time to go. Take the knowledge we shared, hope you use it and grow. We'll see you all there in the next episode of The New Black Wall Street. The New Black Wall Street.